Good day to each of you. I'm Dr. Rosalind Osgood, the Vice Chair of the Broward County School Board, and we're here today to give you an update. I want to encourage all of our parents to make sure that we are engaging our students during this time that they're not in school, that we are monitoring their behavior, that we're encouraging them to read books, that we're encouraging them to engage in positive activities so that they're not sitting home isolated. Also, that we're taking the opportunity to educate and explain to them what's going on during this time that we are in this pandemic. We also want to encourage you to take a few moments to complete your Census 2020 form now that we are confined to our homes. It's a good opportunity to go to my2020census.gov and complete your census form. Even if you don't have your census ID number, you can use your address to your residence to complete the census form. I think right now is a prime example of why the census is important. If we don't get a complete count, when we have situations like this, we don't have adequate resources and funding to respond. So please take a moment to have conversations with our students and take a moment to complete your Census 2020 form. Now we're going to have our Superintendent of Schools in Broward County, Mr. Robert Rotzi, come and give us an update.
Thank you, Dr. Osgood. Thank you all for being here. Just trying to let that go by. So we've been preparing for several weeks for this eventuality that we would have to extend the closure period beyond the spring break. As you know, the governor came out with a couple announcements. Schools wouldn't open any earlier than April 15th, and that we may be extended all the way till June 30th. So we actually, as a district, have been working for several years, investing in a fairly robust learning management system, which we call Canvas. That system allows our educators, our curriculum staff, to collaborate and develop lesson plans and content. So in this district, we have been shifting over time to a blended learning model in Broward County, making sure that we can begin to move towards things such as personalization and delivering the kind of high quality educational experiences that we need for our kids. We're going to be leveraging that platform to deliver instruction starting on March 30th. What I will tell you is that we have lesson plans and content for every grade level, every subject that we have, including things for our young learners, our exceptional needs students, bilingual, ESOL. We are covering the arts, physical education, all subject areas that are taught. We will actually have content available as well. Again, instruction will commence as it normally would after we return from spring break, and that's going to be starting March 30th. So what we're doing to make sure that every student in Broward County has access to these educational opportunities, we will be distributing computing devices this Friday. We are distributing those devices from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at each school. Those devices will be available. The parents, guardians will need to go to the school to actually pick up those devices. They will also be authenticated at the school as well. Friday is also the day that we're designating for any student who has left any type of personal item, or they may need to pick up musical equipment or medication. They would also pick them up at Friday between those same hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. at their local school site. And I repeat, they need to go to their local school. Don't go to a different school or maybe a school that's convenient for them. They need to go to the school they normally receive educational services from in order to be able to do that. We've been also working with Comcast. They have a solution that's been out for a number of years called Internet Essentials, which provides free internet service for the first 2 months, 60 days, and then it's approximately $10 thereafter. We're continuing to work with them to see if we can even We're continuing to work with Comcast to ensure that we can actually get even further discounts from that. We've also want to make sure that at this moment in time that our employees understand that we're going to make sure that they don't see any disruption in pay. So for our teachers, all full-time and permanent and part-time teaching staff, including pool subs and interim subs, they'll continue to receive their normal pay. Temporary employees and day-to-day subs who worked at least 20 hours per week will get a prorated paycheck for the spring break period, which normally occurs. We've also set up a special mailbox during this closure for anyone with payroll questions, and it's called Payroll Questions at browardschools.com. So we want to make sure that we're addressing the needs of our employees. As you know, we really appreciate the fact that the governor and the Florida Department of Education came out yesterday and provided clarity for us on a number of outstanding questions that we had on how we can move this district forward in the best interest of our students and families, given the challenge that we're confronted with. So during the next several weeks, our families will be focusing on staying healthy and supporting each other. It's a time that we certainly have never seen, but I'm confident that our community, our school district, our employees will step up to the challenge. We'll always make sure that we focus on our core mission, that we'll continue to have an educational plan for continuity. Regarding feeding our students, when we start on March 30th, we're going to consider that the start of instruction. We would normally be feeding our students during the instructional days, and we will extend and expand our feeding programs throughout the county to probably even more sites than what we've done during this week. So that's going to continue. Meals will continue to be served Monday through Friday, breakfast from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and lunch from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, that'll start again during the week of March 30th when we resume instruction after we return from spring break. We will also continue to collaborate with community partners to extend feeding opportunities for families through our efforts and partnerships with organizations such as the Hunger Coalition, United Way of Broward County, Feeding South Florida, and the Health Foundation of Broward. We'll continue those efforts as well. So again, a couple things. We're going to issue devices this Friday. Our schools are going to be sending out parent links and direct calls to families today and tomorrow to make sure they've got detailed instructions on that so they can show up and pick up their devices. We have over 90,000 devices that are ready for distribution should they be needed, basically laptops. Again, we are also working to make sure that connectivity is available to those who don't have it. And we will continue, again, our feeding programs as we have been doing, and when we start instruction back up on March 30th. With that, I'll open up for any questions you have.
Could you explain how the campus get graded?
Sorry?
The students get graded as normal.
So we're going to probably make some modifications to the grading process, given that basically we want to make sure we align with what we heard from the state of Florida. So yes, students will be receiving grades. Of course, you know, they won't be taking the FSA or the end of course exams. So we're going to have to adjust our grading to ensure that we can meet the challenges that we have right now. So yes, they'll be receiving grades, but the process will be somewhat modified. We're going to work those details out within the next several days.
And AP exams, things like that?
All
those things? Because you have to be in a facility to take them.
Correct. So that requires some further guidance from the College Board. So we're going to work with the College Board. I imagine that they will provide some details on how that can be addressed. And again, as soon as we work through those details, we're going to make sure we provide them to our families and all of you.
When it comes to this system that you're kind of transferring to, how involved are teachers in this?
Yeah, so I would tell you that somewhere around 50%, 58% or so of our high school teachers, around 40% of middle schools, probably 15 to 20% of our elementary schools actually use our online learning management system platform on a regular basis. This Friday, as part of the work that we're doing, we're going to actually be providing training for teachers as well to make sure that everyone is up to speed and prepared to engage and provide their lesson plans and instructions from the new platform that we've put out.
This is starting March 30th, right?
So yes, March 30th. What we would normally come back next week is our normally scheduled spring break. We will return on the 30th as we normally would, and we will now engage in the remote learning, distance learning strategy that we put in place.
And you
Those of us
say,
that aren't familiar with the distance learning process, can you explain a little bit about how it would work? And is it something where you kind of do it at your own time, like whether it's weekend or night, or is there going to be teachers?
that's what I was trying to
No.
get.
Period? And also, what if you're a teacher, you also have a kid who's trying to learn at home too? How does it work?
Yeah, so what we're doing, we're providing flexibility to our teachers and the students. So teachers will, in effect, in most cases, have a period of time where they will provide some instruction. They will have effectively what one would consider office hours, where students can actually connect with them, go over assignments, ask questions. So there's flexibility from a timing standpoint for teachers as well as students. But the goal is that, one, they would engage with their teachers, they would receive instruction, they would be interacting with them. We kind of do a lot of that now. If you think about Broward Virtual, which is a platform where we have about 9,300 students who do online learning. You have an instructor, you have students. There's flexibility in the time periods in which the student actually can connect with the teachers. The teachers give instructional content at a time period that works for them, and they have time periods where they set for office hours to interact with students. So they may set a window, for example, let's say from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and students can go and connect with them online. They could probably call via phone if they needed to, but there's a lot more flexibility under this model than you would in a traditional setting. So we think there's certainly some benefits to that.
So are you using the Florida virtual model? Is it you that or their curriculum, or how does?
No, we have our own curriculum and content that's been developed over the years by collaboration of our curriculum department in conjunction with teachers in the district. They've actually developed this content. It's online, it's in Canvas. It's particularly useful for many of our new teachers. They're able to actually get lesson plans and content and pull that into their class, deliver that to their students. That's been available for quite some time. We're just going to really take that to a new level where everyone's going to be using it now.
Those that are like, if it's not intuitive, like PE or music or something, you just don't think of doing virtually the normal person. Can you explain how that would work for those kind of unusual things?
Yeah, so I haven't looked at the PE piece. I know for music, that's something you could still, and the arts, you could still do some of that remotely. Certainly if you're in something like a theater program which requires groups, that's going to be a lot more challenging. But for the most part, we're going to do everything that we can to deliver the essence and core of the instruction that would exist in those areas. But certainly there's some areas that are going to be a little bit of a challenge. But most of the arts, I think we would be able to cover.
And what about testing? A lot of times virtual programs, you go to testing center and cheating and stuff like that. How do you do that? Like,
Well, we've been doing virtual for a number of years, and I've been able to successfully administer testing through that as well. And so we'll use some of the same approaches that we've been using to date. Our students, for example, some of them actually take remote online sessions with some of our dual enrollment partners, such as Broward College, FAU. Again, we have Broward Virtual. So we've been able to work through that for quite some time. And there are a number of ways you can do that. You could also have people come in to, at different times to actually take testing at some physical location. We'll have to figure out how we modify that given the rules around groups of 10 or more. But we'll figure out the testing piece. And we've been doing that for a while now.
Mr.
Yes.
Ramsey, can you talk to us
Sorry.
about the food delivery system so far? Is it going smoothly? And are you having any issues with wasted food? Like, is there food not being picked up, then you have to throw it away, or are homeless groups taking it, or how's that working?
So I will tell you that our food services department been outstanding. The work they've been doing is stellar. They've made sure that they're delivering and preparing food based on the demand at each site. So they're not creating a bunch of food to deliver and distribute at a site, hoping someone shows up there. We're preparing things based on the demand, and we have a logistics process in place where we have trucks that will deliver the food to the site as they're needed, and they're communicating all day to make sure that that can occur. So we were delivering the stuff based on demand. They're making sure that the perishable items that we go through the inventory that we had the prior week, so we're utilizing all of that. So no issues in terms of waste or food at any particular site not being utilized. So we have a fairly different model here. It's kind of on demand, just in time delivery of the food at each site.
And it won't be going on during spring break, right?
No, spring break's going to be what we would normally do during spring break. No feeding sites during spring break.
How is this going to work with your youngest learners, the kindergartners, first graders, second graders, who may not be as technology savvy?
Well, yeah, they're going to need support from an adult, parent or guardian. That's the reality in which we are at now. There's going to be a burden, an additional burden placed on families in addition to their normal responsibilities. They're going to have to be more engaged in the learning process for their children. And by the way, I would say that in the end of the day, that's probably going to be a plus. I'm sorry. For the disruption in pay? Yeah, so, right. So the point there is that we just wanted to reassure all staff, especially our part-time hourly workers, that there won't be any disruption in pay. We are effectively going to take the hours that they worked during the prior pay periods and use that as an estimate to continue to make payments to them while we're on the break period. So essentially, folks who work, for example, as regular substitutes who clocked in more than 40 hours every pay period, whatever their pay would have been, that's what we're going to continue to pay them during this closure period.
So yes, this is online learning, but you do most of it on your own time as opposed to having a set day.
So it's based on having flexibility in terms of when you may want to learn. Some students, for example, have other responsibilities, so it kind of works for them. So I know students, for example, who are very committed to music and the arts, and they spend maybe half of their day practicing their craft. They need flexibility in terms of learning. We know there's students out there that are homeschooled. They try to take advantage of it. There's students who need to actually do credit recovery. Online learning has always been an option for them. So it's not something that's new. In fact, we have a requirement that every student in Broward County has to take.
And you were just watching a special report with Broward Superintendent Robert Runcie talking about school closings and how kids are going to learn going forward in the coming weeks and months.